Hi everyone, Steve Gonzer, physical therapist with Run Smart Online, and I'm live on the Facebooks to talk to you about ass backwards sports because there are so many things that are ass backwards in sports and in running. One of the things I find as a physical therapist is that people love to buy stuff that really won't make that much of a difference. I see this quite a bit in pretty much all aspects of sports. I'm going to talk about 3 athletes today I had in the gym or in the physical therapy clinic that I was treating today. One was a golfer, one was a triathlete, and one was a runner. There were 3 many patients, and it all kind of ties back to the midfootproject.com, where we are working on run form to help people run faster, stop the starting and stopping of their run form that cause slower running and cause injury. And I had 3 of these athletes in, and let me tell you about the first one. He was a golfer, and from all intents and purposes, he wasn't very good. So he's like talking about, he's got this big golf trip coming up, and he goes to Florida. We're from New York, so he goes to Florida in April, and he's trying to improve his game. He's going and hitting balls in the indoor dome, and he bought a new club. Let me show you a club, because I asked him which one, and told him I was going to look it up. So he bought this Epic Flash Sub-Zero driver. Isn't it really pretty? Let's see if I can get here. So he bought this Callaway Epic Flash Sub-Zero driver at the nice price tag of $529. I can tell you that this is pretty common. I've seen this in a lot of people. And they're like, oh, you want to be a better golfer? I'm going to go buy some new clubs. I'm going to get these nice clubs. When they really, they're taking it to the range and they're just hacking away with these new clubs, but they're missing the core mechanics of how do you golf? How do you swing a club? And I'm not an expert in that, but I can tell you, sure as shit, there is a right and a wrong way to swing a golf club. And if you put the best golf club in my hand, unless someone's swinging that thing for me, it's not going to make much of a difference. So I was telling him, maybe you should get some lessons. You take this club and you're just hacking away at the range. What are you doing? You're just reinforcing bad habits. You just blew $600 when you probably could have spent half of that or less just to learn how to swing the club. So when you're thinking about form, and it's the thing that I talk about with golfers is learn how to swing the club. The other thing I want to show you is, this is awesome. Triathletes are hysterical sometimes because they love speed. They love chopping seconds off Ironmans that are 12-hour races. And I was a triathlete for a long time, and I did this too, but I also worked in some of the form things. They do this. Let me pull this one up. If anyone can guess what I'm about to show you, this is pretty classic for triathletes. They went out and they bought this bad boy, one of these. I don't know which one it was, but the triathlete got a new aero helmet. And you can look, I don't know why Amazon prices these suckers out $87 to $600, but not cheap. And these things, I really think more often than not, these aero helmets, they might make you a little bit faster, but they just look badass. So people buy these things, but they want to be faster. They get these bikes, they get these fits, they learn how to tuck better. They do all these things to try to get faster, but what do? They don't learn how to pedal the proper way. They have this inefficient stroke. They're not lined up the proper way. They don't have the mechanics. Their hamstrings are too tight. All these things are a problem, so they can't pedal their bike with maximum power. They're just buying stuff off the shelf, trying to get faster, and not working on the root mechanics. The final thing is running. I want to show you, why this is a huge problem for runners. So this is a huge phenomenon because of great marketing, and I'm sure these shoes work. I mean, I don't have a pair. I don't really care to have a pair. If someone gave me one, if Nike said, hey, you can have a pair of these shoes, I'd take them. But the last thing is the Vaporfly 4%, coming in a whopping $250. So these bad boys are said to have increased your speed for record-breaking speed. It's designed for record-breaking speed over here. All this ultra foam and the way it works, and it's responsive. So when you load it, the shoe loads. People will spend, these things have been sold out for months, and they put them on and they're gone. They spend $250 on a pair of shoes that is responsive. You know what else is responsive? Your muscles and your tendons. Hey, you have these things. They're free. Your mom and your dad gave them to you. Use them. Problem is people heel strike and they don't use these responsive tissues. So instead of going out and buying a 250 pair of shoes, work on your mechanics of running. I want to show you a picture, another picture here. So let's get rid of these Vaporflies and this nice web page they have here. Here we go. Let me straighten that out. This is how most people run. They take this front leg, they extend it out with a straight knee, and they plant their heel. And what this does, imagine for a second, just go ahead and I did this the other day. If you try to stand up and hold that posture, I'm going to show you the image again. Just stand up and try to hold this. What happens? You're going to fall backwards. And someone commented the other day, well, I don't fall backwards when I run. Well, you don't fall backwards when you run because your body is just yanking you through and trying to get you down the road. It is, you could not design anything with the point of where it contacts the ground in front of the center of mass, which would be kind of right below the hips there. You couldn't design a machine that worked like this. It would fall, tip backwards every single time. But yet runners, instead of going out and fixing this, what do? They want to buy new shoes that will dampen the impact, that will have a responsive load so it'll give you more of a spring. But really, it's just down to mechanics. And I can tell you guys, this is part of the midfootproject.com where we're going to be doing this in 5 weeks. But every sport is about mechanics. You either have the mechanics or you do not have the mechanics to do that sport. The great thing is we've been blessed with the ability to learn and to build motor memory and better habits by doing things the right way and repetitively. You just got to learn. So the last 10 years, we've been kind of putting this thing together, and you know, we sucked at first. Sorry for everyone who started with us 10 years ago, but we learned, you know, this system of like how do you take someone from a heel striker and teach them to use their natural springs, their natural rubber bands in their bodies, so they can hit the ground and then spring off into their next step in a way that also helps them stop breaking in every step. And it's really an art. So we've been doing that for the last 10 years, and we're getting ready to launch that. It's called Midfoot Project. It's midfootproject.com. And if you're a runner who wants to learn better mechanics and sick of, it's way less, it's way less than buying a pair of Nike 4%. You can find it at midfootproject.com. We're going to be leading everyone through the exact system we use to help runners get off of their heel and onto their midfoot so they can use their natural springs. They can stop breaking so much on every single stride. They can get better results on race day. And that's really the key of that. But you have to be focused on mechanics, whether it's with us or someone else. Just please, for the love of God, before you go out and spend BOCO money, just learn the sport you're trying to do. And the other thing I was going to talk about was swimming. Swimming is a whole other beast. People are so focused on the mechanics there. I think the swimmers are the smartest athletes. Well, also because you drowned if you don't have somewhat of mechanics to swim. But if you're interested in come and work with us, it starts April 1st at midfootproject.com. Once that's closed, we are closing the course. You can't get in late. So hopefully, guys, if you're interested in learning how to run faster, run better, get injured less, all that good stuff, midfootproject.com. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.